Hi, welcome back to Miss Candy's Land. Today I am going to address becoming the cartoon, because a lot of times I would say that to parents. That's the first thing I say is like, well, you got to become the cartoon. And they go, oh, okay. But they say later, you would say that a lot and you would give us some examples, but we didn't really know what that meant until we saw you do it. Okay. And really it's about, loving yourself enough to not be embarrassed, right? A lot of times we're working with kids. We need to look at ourselves. We are what they're learning. We are projecting on them. Okay. So if you're going into a classroom and the teacher's very stiff and very like, we have to get through everything. We have tests, we have our state testing. We don't have time for silliness. I need you to be still and quiet like me, right? When we're being all stoic with a bunch of 5-year, 6-year, or 7-year-olds. That is stifling. Okay. Again, if you're in an environment where adults don't manage their emotions, maybe you live in a house where married couples, your parents, they fight all the time. And so yelling makes you've been hearing it since you were a baby. So you become sensitive to loud noises. And that's a real thing. If your kid goes to a daycare where none of the teachers get along and they're arguing over staplers, and I've seen it. It's out of control. It's crazy town. Everybody wants to be the best and most loved teacher, but they're in competition with the other teachers or caregivers instead of focusing on the learner and what I can project onto them that's gonna enlighten them and encourage them and improve them. Right? So again, you have to get past the embarrassment. I've been on a bazillion nanny cams, okay, and I don't care about them. I'm still going to sing and dance and be as goofy as I can be to get to the point where your child will allow me to say, all right, let's take a break from that and do this really quick. And then we'll get back to that. And then that's what I do. And they trust me. They know that I will, right? I make it okay to be you. To be silly, even if it's not time for silliness, it's always time for silliness. I'm sorry. It's always time for silliness. Okay. It's always time. So everything doesn't have to be so serious. You want to get bit by the learning bug? Find fun and joy in it, right? You, the adult, find the joy in learning yourself, and you will project that onto kids. And I know that's a lot. It's hard, for you to see that. And that's why I make these videos. Okay. So the first thing that I want to talk about, where I was saying, some kids are sensitive to sound for medical reasons, or a lot of parents don't realize it's because there was too much yelling or too much loud noise when their eardrums were developing, especially if you're neurodivergent and then you're in an environment where people are overwhelmed, and they don't control their own emotions or manage their own emotions, then you become sensitive to a lot of things that aren't necessary for you to be sensitive to. And you don't learn to manage your emotions. If you're an adult working with children and you can't manage your emotions, you will never teach children to manage theirs. And so by getting mad at the child when they are throwing a fit, you need to ask yourself, what did I show them? Like, do I do that? Every time your child has a behavior, you need to be like, okay, they saw that somewhere, or they have alchemized that in a way that something, I need to figure out what it is. And it's usually a caregiver. It's an adult who is projecting these things. And I'm not saying you're a bad person for that. It's hard. You have to always be mindful of what you are putting out there in front of a child. If you and Miss Sally are fighting over staplers and what dress you're wearing and whatever, and my class is better than yours, and that's my poster, and ripping it off the wall. I mean, I have seen so much of that, and the kids are just like, and then they become afraid. So just know that if you're in an environment where teachers are in competition with you, it means you're doing it right. Okay, you're doing it right. And just show kids, how do we tolerate when bullying happens? How do we tolerate when somebody comes into our area with their yucky negativity because they don't love themselves? How do we handle that? With a smile. Oh, all right, well, you have a great day, right? Like, oh, that's your poster? Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, friends. And you just go past it. We don't marinate on this stuff, and you let kids know that was inappropriate. Okay. Without saying anything, you're Modeling will let them know that was inappropriate. Okay? And so they can feel free around you, but then you'll notice they don't feel free around them, right? You'll pick all this up and you'll be able to pick the best providers for your kids also, because you'll start to notice these things. You'll be like, I really love going to Miss Kelly, but Miss Sally, they throw a fit when it's time to go, right? Make sure you're paying attention to these things, because these things are real. Your kids are telling you. These kids teach me. They tell me. Okay? You have to say, I'm not here to dominate. I'm here to learn. And when you do that, everybody's here to learn. It works just like that. So I'm going to drop some shorts and I'm going to sing some songs and I'm going to show you I'm not embarrassed. I don't care. I love to hear that deep bellow laughing. Kids throwing a fit, like we talked about before they want gummies. Come over here and start singing, until you find the song that they start laughing, or the noise that, till they're like, what are you doing? I'm throwing a fit over here and you're over there, singing bingo. And it just totally changes. You alchemize that negative energy and you made it positive, right? You have to be the one that's always in that positive mindset. How can I turn this around? Not how can I dominate it? How can I get this kid to just do what I need him to do right now? No. How can my energy and my behavior turn it around, right? Because if Timmy's over there throwing a fit and I start going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? He's going to stop. He's going to be like, what is she doing? And I keep doing it. He's just going to start laughing. So I'll just keep doing it, and he'll start laughing, and finally he'll come over, and he'll touch my arm or something, and then, like, I'm ready. You silly. I'm not mad and never mad. If a child throws a fit too, or it's hard, whatever, as soon as it's over, there's no retro. There's no, I remember when you threw that fit. I don't remember. It's gone forever, okay? Forever. You have to be about that. It's gone forever. And when you can do that with kids, you can do that with everybody. I can do that with anybody. You're going to be mean to me right now? Okay, well, I'm still going to be happy. And, I just forgot. Forever. Because there's no reason to sit around and be mad. There's no reason. And that's what you're trying to teach your children. If you sit around and be mad, there's no solutions that are going to come to you. Things can make you mad, and it's okay to be mad. But what can we do to change it? What can we do to change it? And that's what you're doing. You're alchemizing. You're alchemizing when that kid's throwing a fit and you're singing a song and you're dancing and you're being silly. You have alchemized that. Once they stand up and start dancing, you've changed the world. This is energy we're talking about, right? And these kids are learning. They're like, all of a sudden, I want to do whatever it is you're doing, Miss Candy, because I don't hold grudges. I don't have any grudges. I don't have any. If I don't know you, I don't know you, right? If I know you, it's because we're on the same page, Everybody gets mad, but we move on, right? And that's the thing that, again, like with cooperation, we're not leading with that anymore. We're not leading with, it's okay to be mad, but let's find some solutions and get over it, right? And let's not, marinate and harbor resentment over nonsense, because that's how bullies win. We let them, right? Because we harbor all that resentment and all that stuff they put on us, all that projection. We start to see ourselves in that light. And that's what adults are doing to children. And we really need to look into that. We really need to start paying attention to that. But the way to do that and to figure it out is you, caregiver, parent, teacher, have to become the cartoon. Okay? So I will put down some shorts today, and I'm going to get up and dance and sing. And, if you think I look dumb, I know how to use extinction. So have a great